Would you like this to also happen to you? I'm not talking about the Chaos Armor drops, I'm talking about spamming infinite Bone Spirits and having your Bone Splinters destroy everything. We're going to talk about that and we're going to actually discover all the secrets that there is about this build. Let us begin. What's up everyone, Skulm here. And in this build guide video, we are going to discover every secret about this Bone Spirit build. I am going to present you two different builds. One is speedrun and speed farm oriented, and the other one is hit push oriented. By the way, do not worry about the smoke in the background. I am burning an incense in real life and it's doing its job. It's all good. It smells nice in here. Anyway, I am going to begin by talking about the speed farm build because that is extremely popular. It is super easy and comfortable to play. We're going to jump into the game now. In the game, currently I have my pit push gear, so we're quickly going to change everything into the speedrun gear, as you can see. Now, the speedrun gear usually relies on two things, two most important things. Number one is to have enough cooldown reduction so that your Bone Spirit's cooldown is, as low as possible. And number two, you need rapid ossification ranks. If you want to play the infinite spammable speedrun Bone Spirit build, you need to lower your cooldown by, you can use Harlequin Crest Shaco, you can use GA cooldown Lidless Wall Chaos Armor, you can use a Crown of Lucion with GA Chaos Armor, you can use an offhand with GA cooldown reduction. You can triple masterwork the cooldown reduction if you really want to, but for the offhand, definitely triple masterwork Bone Splinter projectiles to cast twice, because that's insane DPS. But as you can see, I am using a non-greater FX cooldown reduction Shaco, a greater FX but not triple worked Lidless Wall, and non-GA double masterworked Crown of Lucion cooldown reduction, and also GA cooldown reduction on my offhand. However, I can infinitely spam my Bone Spirits without any trouble. How is this possible? A lot of people do not know the answer to this question. Question actually answers itself. If you look at the cooldown of Bone Spirit, you will see that the cooldown of this ability is 3.96 seconds. Players can reduce this even further. They can reduce this down to 3 seconds, but it doesn't matter because all that matters is your rapid ossification ranks. When you actually look into your rapid ossification ranks, you're gonna actually read the information, which is the most crucial part. Every 100 essence you spend reduces the cooldowns of your bone skills by 4.5 seconds. Now, this is extremely important because Bone Spirit uses all our essence. It literally drains all our essence, which automatically triggers rapid ossification. However, there's a trick. Every time you cast Bone Spirit, you're gonna drain all your essence. So in theory, every time you cast Bone Spirit, you want to also restore essence. So we actually accomplished that by using the temper. Casting Macabre skills restores primary resource. As you can see, I have triple masterwork that. Casting Macabre skills restores primary resource, helps you so that your Bone Spirit, when cast, actually restores the essence back. Now also remember, you have Shroud of False Death, which has its own affix resource generation. It actually improves resource generation from general sources. Anyway, that's not related to the topic. What is related to the topic is these tempers. Casting Macabre skills restore primary resource. In 2 of your jewelry slots, you want this for the cooldown speed farm build. And in the 1 temper slot, you want rapid ossification. You want to at least double masterwork it as a yellow proc so that it has enough cooldown reduction. As you can see, again, every time I cast Bone Spirit, I am restoring primary resource, which will make my Bone Spirit also drain essence and also benefit from the next rapid ossification. Okay, this creates an infinite chain, and with this infinite chain, you can forever, and I mean forever, spam Bone Spirit. and just enjoy life without running out of mana, without running out of resource, and without worrying about your cooldown at all. You do not have to hit anything. As you can see, you can go, you can just play and enjoy life. Pretty much, you will do a lot of DPS and you're gonna enjoy life in general. So in order to make damage with this build while also being mobile, we're going to definitely use Shroud of Fostet, Lidless Wall, Gospel, Crown of Lucion, Shard of Verathiel, the Offense, Decaying Humerus to make everything shadow, adaptability, and of course Shattered Spirit aspect. You're gonna use the Teleport rune, which is Ja. You're gonna combine it with Moni, because you can infinitely cast Bone Spirit, so you will frequently activate Moni rune. So Moni will actually empower Ja, so your evades will become a teleport. I will put some clips of me speedrunning a tier 100 pit with the speedrun version, so you can see while I'm actually talking about this build. So it is extremely crucial for you to understand how this operates, because the cooldown reduction speed farm build is literally one button. You can destroy anything in the game. It is super comfortable to play. It actually makes you have fun, which is the most important part about the game. With the cooldown reduction gear, again, you are going to speed farm the entire game. You can swap Gospel of the devotee item with the Ebon Piercer, because when you actually masterwork Reaper's Pursuit, you will also run fast and you will also deal damage. However, I personally like the fact that my Shattered Spirit aspect can actually pierce through, my Bone Splinters can actually pierce through enemies, but that's really not that important for speed farming purposes. So that is like a mini optimization you can do. If you want, you can play with Ebon Piercer, Reaper's Pursuit, Triple Masterwork, or you can play with Gospel. You have alternatives. At the end of the day, what matters is your evades become a teleport, and you can infinitely spam Bone Spirit, which then shoots out Bone Splinters thanks to the Shattered Spirits aspect. Now, of course, in this video, this is not a super beginner friendly video. It's a bit more oriented towards advanced players. So I'm going to actually brush through some basic information to get to the chase of it. You just need to follow my planner. I'm going to include all the links in the pinned comment and also in the video description. All you have to do is to follow the planner, follow the paragon, follow the gear setup, and you're just going to spam your right button. Again, the most important part about this build, remember, the most important part about this build is to reduce your Bone Spirit cooldown below your rapid ossification. Okay, once you're able to do that, you can actually start spamming it. It's extremely easy. There is one trick that you need to know. If you somehow get stuck, if your Bone Spirit gets stuck on a cooldown, cast Decrepify. The fact that Decrepify also consumes your essence a little bit is actually a way to trigger rapid ossification. When you cast Decrepify, it procs rapid ossification, and rapid ossification actually refreshes your Bone Spirit cooldown. If you have some sort of blockage or accident, remember there is a manual trick you can do. You can manually cast Decrepify. It will proc rapid ossification and it will renew the cooldown of your Bone Spirit. Now, let's talk about the pit push build. The pit push build, I'm going to also include some clips on the background. But at the most important part about the pit push build is, of course, going to be the critical version. Now, I'm going to open my character sheet again. We're going to have a look. As you see, we are playing with Fist of Fate, because this is the pit push version. We need all the damage we can get. Fist of Fate has a random proc between 1% to 360%. We triple masterwork the attack speed to reach the attack speed cap. And of course, we have the critical strike chance from Fist of Fate, which is going to give us that crit chance we need for pit pushing. Shroud of Fostet, Lidless Wall. Now, on the pit push version, we want Lidless Wall, great graphics on plus bone skills, and we want to triple masterwork the bone skills because, again, we do not rely on cooldown reduction for the pit push critical strike damage variant. We are going to rely on critting and then rapid ossification minimal ranks. I will explain everything in just 1 minute. So Gospel is the same, triple masterwork, chance for basic skills to deal double damage. You're gonna use Yule and Nair runes here to gain unstoppable, so you do not get crowd controlled or chain CC'd by monsters. Crown of Lucion, we do want cooldown reduction here because we actually get the bare minimum by getting the cooldown reduction from Crown of Lucion. Shard of Veratiel, triple masterwork, basic skills, and forget about it. On your amulet, you want corpse tendril size to actually help group up enemies more. And you also want casting macabre skills restores primary resource. This is also extremely important. Make sure this is not a minimum roll. This needs to be at least a mid roll. It is crucial that it's a mid roll minimum. Here on your ring, you can triple masterwork intelligence or attack speed depending on your cap. And also, again, casting macabre skills restores primary resource is a huge temper here. That needs to be a high roll. Also here, another casting macabre skills restores primary resource. That needs to be a high roll, and then triple masterwork. You need this optimization for the pit push gear. As you can see, my offhand also changed. Instead of using Greater FX cooldown reduction, I am using Greater FX crit chance. Reach the cap. Now, how do we accomplish this? Okay, so let's first of all use our incense and elixir. It doesn't do anything, it just gives me attack speed. Now, as you can see, when I approach the dummy, I can also cast and basically infinitely spam Bone Spirit. And my Bone Spirit cooldown is 8 seconds. And you might be thinking, wait, whoa, 8 seconds cooldown? How do you do that? In 8 seconds, that's impossible to spam this. Well, as you know, there's a trick. Now, the trick is critical strike chance. If you pay attention to my crit chance, you're gonna see that it is only 73.2%. It's because of a reason. Normally, if I attack, look what is now. 93% crit chance, 93%, as you can see here, 93%. It's about Bone Storm. Bone Storm grants a massive critical strike chance, and you're gonna, of course, pair it with Decrepify to consistently reduce its cooldown. Now, Bone Storm will actually provide a lot of crit chance. It's gonna boost our crit chance up to 93%. After that, we need to reach 100% crit chance to make sure that we are always critting. Now, you remember that there is an upgrade here called Ghastly Bone Spirit. If I take away the plus 10% additional crit chance from Ghastly Bone Spirit, my crit chance doesn't change. When I press Bone Storm, it's still 93.2%. But when I actually put the point back in here, it will not change at all. So basically, I can assume safely, it's an additive crit chance by the way, but I can assume that I am hitting the crit chance cap because I have this upgrade. And remember, due to Shroud of False Death, we have Serration. Serration says your bone skills have 1% plus additive increased critical strike chance for each 30 essence you have upon cast. Now remember, we are using enhanced Bone Spirit. If Bone Spirit critically strikes, its cooldown is reduced by 7 seconds. This effect can only happen once per cast. Now, my Bone Spirit's cooldown is 8.72 seconds. If I'm always critting, that is going to reduce this cooldown by 7 seconds. Delete 7 seconds from 8.72 seconds. You are left with 1.72 seconds remaining. How do we take care of the remaining 1.72 seconds? That's right, rapid ossification. Remember, in the pit push version, the crit version, we do not have ring temper with rapid ossification because, remember, read rapid ossification, read what it says. Every 100 essence you spend reduces the cooldowns of your bone skills by 2 seconds. Remember, in my cooldown reduction Speedfarm version, it was 4.5 seconds. Now it's 2 seconds. But remember, my Bone Spirit is only 8.72 seconds, and every time I am critting, which means it is reduced by 7 seconds. So it's 1.72 seconds that I have to worry about, but I shouldn't because rapid ossification automatically reduces everything by 2 seconds. So by combining this tech, I can reduce my Bone Spirit cooldown and I can infinitely spam it as long as I hit a target. I cannot spam Bone Spirit into emptiness with the pit push version. I have to actually hit something and I have to critically hit something. Okay, this is extremely important. And in order to make sure we always gain the bonus from rapid ossification, because remember it says every 100 essence you spend reduces the cooldowns of bone skills, we are using triple tempers, which are casting macabre skills restores primary resource. We have 46 from here. We have 29 from here. So 46 add 29, that's 75 already. Okay, then we are going to add another 26. That's already above 100. That should be 101. So basically it is already in place. Okay, remember 46 from here, 75 plus 20, 95 plus 6, 101. There you go. There you go. That means you are going to get the maximum benefit from rapid ossification, and that is going to reduce your cooldown, that 1.72 second cooldown, by 2 seconds, which means your Bone Spirit will have no cooldown to cast. Now, of course, there are many other things and tricks that you need to pay attention to. One of them being having enough cooldown. You accomplish that by getting a Great Graphics cooldown reduction on Crown of Lucion. But again, mine is a good roll. It's good enough roll. I double masterworked it. I have good tempers, and basically I know what I'm doing. But you can actually do this even more comfortably if you want to. But this is more than enough to give you the damage you need. Again, for the pit push version, for the critical strike version, you need to hit a target. For the infinite spam speed farm cooldown reduction version, you can spam it into emptiness if you want to. It's actual legit infinite Bone Spirit. I hope this build guide video serves you well. I do not want to make this video any longer because these are the most crucial informations that you're going to need. Both of my planners will be linked below, and thank you so much to everyone who subscribe from YouTube, who follow from Twitch. That's completely free to do, and you are supporting the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing or following from Twitch. Take good care of yourself. Enjoy Season 10. I will release more videos about Season 11 Necromancer, the first look. They will be upcoming pretty soon. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.